Hey there, thanks for tuning in. Today we have an exclusive treat for you. We're sitting down with none other than the mayor of Alvin, Texas, Gabe Adamic. He's here to share his incredible journey, shed light on the thriving community of Alvin, and give us a glimpse into his vision for the future. So buckle up, hit the share button, and get ready to be part of this exciting conversation. Mayor Adamic, it's an absolute pleasure to have you here join us today, and we can't wait to hear about your experience and your remarkable things that you're doing in Alvin. So could you start a little bit telling us about how you became mayor and your passion for serving the community in Alvin?
I'd be happy to. I've served on the city council for 9 years. I got involved and initially started with a passion for drainage. I saw an issue with a lot of rainwater that just wasn't going anywhere, backing up into people's homes, creating damages, and just losing property values for it. And so, very proud of some joint efforts that we had with our local CNR district to put in some really nice retention ponds. And it's been remarkable the difference that it's made in managing some stormwater detention and keeping water out of people's homes. And it just grew from there. I've got children of my own, and I feel like I need to be able to leave them with a legacy, and this be a good town for them to work, live, and play.
Yeah, well, it makes sense because having lived in the community and living in the community and working in the community, you have a true, you have a true understanding of what's needed here. You're in it with the people. You're experiencing the same struggles they are. You're seeing the same issues, so that you're able to help overcome these things. And what wonderful that you're able to get. You used to go to the city council 9 years.
9 years.
9 years. So you not only are in mayor now, but you've been pouring into the community for almost a decade now.
Yes.
So that's amazing. That's outstanding. I appreciate. We appreciate everything you do. I know Alvin. I know I've seen the growth over the past decade. So to know that your hand has been in it somewhere in these past few years, that's nice. And I know that it's going to continue to grow. Now, jumping into a few of the questions that we have for you, what would you say are some of the key factors that make Alvin a desirable place to live and work?
Great question. I think Alvin is nestled just perfectly between Galveston Island, Kemah, and Houston. Houston, of course, has the medical district. A lot of folks work in Houston, so we try not to let Alvin be just a bedroom community where people just come lay their heads and then leave and go to work. So one of the things that we really pride ourselves on is our Parks and Rec department.
Yeah.
We've got a phenomenal Parks and Rec department. As you drive around town, you'll see some little placards that say Playful City USA. Those are awards that our Parks and Rec department have actually won because of all the programs they provide, not just for children, but for seniors, just to provide an active lifestyle. You drive around, we've got a lot of parks just scattered around town that people take advantage of. We've got a tremendous parks trail. Just behind us is the beginning of our hike and bike trail.
Oh, nice.
It spans for miles across town, and we're actually looking to expand it and take it further down through town. So it's a lot of stuff that we actually take a lot of pride in.
So not that y'all are ever going to see me riding a bike or taking a hike, because I actually don't really even know how to ride a bike, to be honest with y'all. So it's fine. However, I like the fact that if I wanted to, and I live in Alvin, I wouldn't have to leave town. If where I'm at, if I wanted to do any hiking, I would have to leave the area, outside of my community. And as far as having the parks and recreation, that's definitely a highlight, because I took my son recently to our community park, and to see the joy in his face as he was playing in the park and actually be able to interact with other children or people in the community, it was outstanding. So the fact that y'all built an area that people don't only can they live here. I like the term, you don't want to be a bedroom community. I like that. I never heard that. I'm officially stealing it. This time y'all heard it, he said it. Next time it's gonna be your friend said it, and by the third time it'll be my own quote. Just saying, I'm letting you know right now. And so it's really good because again, it's just great to be able to build that community where you can not only live here, but you can also be entertained here on the weekends. You don't have to commute somewhere else to be entertained, or to entertain your family. So
we do concerts in the parks. We've got restaurants with axe throwing and lots of great entertainment venues.
I'm gonna have to go do some axe throwing. And you also have great venues like the one that we're at today, the Grace's Pizzas, and it seems like a classic over here.
Yes, it's a town thing.
Alvin is really known for its small town charm. And over the recent years, you have had tremendous growth with this fabulous. I know that's one of the things that are hit list or growth. So how do you grow your community and maintain that charm, that unique charm that people know Alvin for?
That's a good question, and it's actually a tough balance. I hear people from time to time saying, we need big box stores. I don't want to have to leave Alvin to go to Academy. I don't need to leave Alvin to go buy clothes for school. But those big box stores don't come without rooftops. The benefit that we have is we've got a lot of rooftops coming. We've got a lot of development coming. We've got 300 homes on the bypass by D.R. Horton. We've got another couple hundred homes right across the street with another development. And before too long, we're going to have 17,000 acres at the intersection of 1462 and 288 that'll be the same size as the Woodlands, believe it.
Wow, that's huge. Yeah, that's a really big area. And especially if it's all going to be new development, I can imagine that's going to really attract families and people over here.
We're working on, we've got a hospital operator that's hoping to come in, so we're going to have a new hospital built here, hopefully into that out here pretty soon. But, the flip side of that coin is you also have people that say, I love driving down the bypass and seeing cows.
Yeah.
You drive down, you can see cows on the bypass. And so it is a fine balance to try to maintain a small town feel. We love our historical district that we're currently sitting in right now, and we've got committees that work just to help preserve that downtown historical feel.
Yeah.
And we've got incentives for business owners that want to come in and want to revitalize the downtown area and make it a good place to work.
And that's always really good because I've seen communities through the years. So I remember they didn't have they were kind of older, like they had the little charming, like the area that I live in, it absolutely has grown. And however, here's the thing, guys, if you're worried about this growth, not having the cows and the horses, I can tell you, living in a suburban area around the Houston, that you don't lose it. My neighbor 4 houses down, he has the horses and he takes his horses for a ride every Sunday. He takes them for a walk every Sunday. So that's a wonderful thing about the beauty I feel about communities like this in Alvin is you have the rich culture and the history that's already there, plus easy access to downtown Houston, to Galveston, to other additional entertainment the venues already set up, and yet you just still have that small town feel of going to the dry cleaners and knowing the people that have worked there.
We actually had somebody ride their horse to municipal court last week.
I know they did it.
They sure did. There's a picture on social media for a City of Alvin government page. If you go look, it was all over social media. Somebody rode their horse. Must have a traffic violation. I don't know.
It's like, well, I can't drive, so I'm gonna take my horse. It's people like that give us Texas a bad name. I go to a place, whenever I go out of town, I remember being younger, I go out of town, and they'd be like, where are you from? Texas? Y'all ride horses? Oh, I'm sorry, do you guys ride horses to school? No, just because we're in Texas doesn't mean it. However,
it's too hot.
Yeah, it's too hot. And then I see things like that, riding their horses down the street or to a government facility, I'm like, maybe there are some people that ride horses to school every day. I don't know. So I love it. Okay.
So I have a feeling you're going to ask about my goals and aspirations.
Wow, you saw that one coming? Yes, tell me about your goals and aspirations. And how do you see yourself involving the community and to shaping that future goal?
It's not just about me and my goals. I think council overall has a goal. And what's great is that we have a lot of great synergy. But personally, I mentioned the hospital coming in. I love to see that come to fruition. When I ran, my campaign for re-election during council, I said, we've got a lot of growth coming. It is going to happen, but we can either get ahead of it and we can manage it effectively, or we can let it overrun us. And then it's just poor planning. And so what I like is that we've got some of the best department heads in the city of Alvin, and we've got community members that like to stay involved. How do we keep these people involved? We've got lots of opportunities. There's various boards and commissions that our citizens are encouraged to participate in. So they can sit on the planning commission. So they're a part of helping manage development and new things that are coming to town. They help with certain variances and things of that nature. But parks board, senior board, library board, we've got so many ways for citizens to stay actively engaged. We have a citizens patrol. We've got a citizens academy where they actually get to go learn about all the intricacies and how the city works. And so we don't really have a problem with keeping people involved, but the key is we've got growth coming. We've got to manage it effectively, and we've got to do it responsibly. and we've got to maintain. Taxes are a big thing right now. Property tax.
Right.
I'm proud to say that our city council just raised our homestead exemption.
Oh, nice.
In the state of Texas, you can not charge or not provide a homestead exemption. We decided we're going to do the maximum, so we actually just increased it, and so now each one of our citizens has a $20,000 homestead exemption.
Wow, that's really nice because that makes such a huge difference when it comes to your overall monthly payment of a property. Because the one thing that doesn't change is that one thing that's not fixed is those taxes and insurance. That can change at any time when it's assessed. So the fact that you were able to give that max deduction for the homeowners, I mean, I think that right there is a benefit to helping get you the rooftops that you're wanting for the overall growth. Oh yeah, no. I can tell you as a real estate practitioner, a lot of times people are looking at those tax rates, and once the homestead takes into effect, what their prices are going to look like. So that's great. And I would like to go back and take note of the fact that you were talking about community involvement and just a regular everyday citizen being able to get involved in the community. And at one point, over a decade ago, you were a regular everyday citizen that decided to get involved on the council level. And from there, growth, and look at you now. You're this awesome mayor that's helping the city grow, hold it together, and really just, I mean, what a wonderful time to have come into to your mayorship, because I don't know if that's the right word, but to come into that is to be able to oversee this thriving community.
I feel I'm blessed for sure.
Yes.
And we've got a lot of infrastructure projects that we've been working on. The big thing, and it's not a sexy thing, when you look at having a convention center or a water park, but one of the main things that we've got to make sure that what happens is that when you turn on your water, you've got clean water to drink, and when you flush a toilet, the water goes bye-bye. And so
that's very important things.
Very important things. And so, we're actively working on infrastructure improvements, because not only do we need to keep up with what we've got, but again, going back to the potential growth that we have, we've got to be ready for the future.
It's true. And really setting up the infrastructure is key. It's just like anything. In a house, the first thing you do is you lay a foundation, a solid foundation to make sure that house stands right. And when it comes to right now, what y'all are doing is laying that solid foundation for the growth, because the potential, just based on our conversation today, the potential for growth is outstanding in Alvin, and I cannot wait to see what happens over the next few years for Alvin as a whole.
It's exciting.
Now, as we wrap up, is there anything that you want to share that you haven't covered, or any final thoughts that you have?
I just encourage you to stop by. Come drive through our community, see what we have to offer. There's lots of different landmarks that you should come check out, lots of great things for the family to enjoy. We've got festivals. It seems like every other month we're having a parade in town.
And let's not forget about the concerts.
The concerts in the park. We've got civic groups that put on, a music festival all weekend that brings in tens of thousands of people.
Like a little mini Woodstock.
They've got one of the biggest cook-offs that it's actually.
Okay, now you're talking my language. I love a good cook-off. I love some barbecue.
I think the last music festival and cook-off they had 180 cook teams.
Wow, that's impressive. That's like paralleling with the Houston Livestock Show rodeo when it comes in.
The cook-off here is actually a qualifier for national. That's how big they've got. They're a sanctioned cook-off.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah, that's really tremendous. And guys, if you're not from Texas, well, let me tell you, cook-offs are a huge deal over here.
We love our barbecue.
Love our barbecue, yes.
And we love live music.
Yes, exactly. There's nothing better than live music and barbecue at the same time. So y'all got it all over here. So guys, I'm going to wrap it up. And thank you so much, Mayor and Ahmed, for meeting with us.
Pleasure.
It has been such a pleasure. And guys, don't forget to subscribe, like us, share this page, share the interview. It's amazing. And if you would like to come do a personal tour of Alvin or any property over here, let me know. I'm happy to help. I'm Miranda, the Texas Queen of Real Estate.